mid-ish, high-ish 40s lady who's trying to just hang in for the long run. All right, with that, let's get ready to rock. Let's just start standing with your feet a little bit wider. And let's do a little rolling of the shoulders. Arms come up to the ears, reaching all the way down and back. Just give yourself a chance to check in. Unlock your knees, unclench your jaw, unclench your glutes, your feet, your toes. Let's do one more shoulder roll in this direction. And then we're gonna go back to front. So a fun fact for those of you who are new to my channel, I was fortunate enough to be one of the students of a first-generation Pilates teacher. His name was Ron Fletcher. He studied directly both with Joseph Pilates, some people don't know that there was a man, and Clara Pilates, who was his wife for all intents and purposes. And because of that, let's lift our shoulders all the way up and then bring them down. Because of that, I have a rich history of very, very challenging, thinking back, somewhat problematic teaching styles, but we've done the therapy to overcome that, both from dance and, you know, when you're in an intense training style, sometimes the lines are crossed. Let's just leave it at that. Take your arms out to the side, take a deep breath in. Exhale, press your arms all the way down. Think of reaching your head up to the ceiling, and then again. So my point being is that everything I'm bringing to you comes from a rich historical line, okay? So you'll enjoy, we'll all learn a little bit, good. And on the last one, let's reach our arms up. Let's bring our feet together standing. And then let's just let our arms come down by the sides. So I want to bring you through just a little standing and centering, which is directly from the Ron Fletcher movement syllabus. So I want you to think of the ball of your foot behind the big toe, the big one. Press that into the ground. And then find the ball of the foot that is behind, like the center of the fourth and fifth toes. And press that into the ground. So we've got the front, the forefoot covered. And then find the very center of your heel and press that into the ground. And I like to envision a three-prong plug just plugging into the ground. And then let's draw our calves together like there's a magnetic force pulling them inward. Let's do the same thing with the area just above our knees and then at the very top of your inner thighs, the inseam of your pants, so to speak. So we've got the feet pressed down, we've got the legs drawn together. We're gonna think about pushing down to feel an internal lift up through the center, like a zipper that's in the middle of your body pulling up, 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 lengthening the distance between your ribs and your hips, evenly, like those columns we talked about last week, lifting and maybe creating space between each pair of ribs, letting your shoulders release down so your chest is wide and breath is possible here. And then length on either side of your neck. Draw your chin back a little bit. And this is artificial, but it's just giving us a sense of lift and organization, yeah? The last thing we're gonna do is take one hand, not to get the mic, on our sternum, our breastbone, and then one hand on your lower back here. So I'd like us to just take a couple breaths in this position. Let's breathe in to the chest, so feel your hand move as you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, empty your lungs and imagine your back, your lower back getting wider. So fill up your lungs, breathe into your chest. You might even feel some movement on your back. Empty your lungs, exhale fully, feel your low back getting wider side to side. Good, one more time, breathe in. And exhale. All right, so we're pretty organized and we're gonna continue to breathe. We're gonna take it down onto hands and knees. And some of the concepts, rules to a degree of Pilates, I'm gonna move my bungees out of the way so I can place my hands onto the frame. Some of them just need a little bit of time, a little bit of check-in. And this is a great thing because it lets us really understand what our body's capable of. Right, Colleen? Right, Dick? I know you got that email recently. Let's take your hands onto that frame. Let's draw your shoulders down, and we're just gonna round the spine. Start from your tailbone, rounding it up. And when you're here, can you shorten the distance between your ribs and your hips at all? And then in the opposite direction, can you lengthen and arch your spine. And now think of shortening the distance on the back side of your ribs and hips, and maybe lengthening the distance on the front side of your body. So let's go again. Rounding, breathing in and out, and then extending, reaching in the opposite direction. Good. As you round, push into your shins, your knees. Feel your sits bones draw a little closer together. And then as you extend, feel everything widen on the front of your body. Everything gets heavier. Let's go one more time. Rounding it. And extending it all the way. And then I want you to find the place that's right in the middle of those two. So think of those columns again, just like when we were standing, we're organized in a really strong position. We're gonna release the front hand, let's just say, and draw some circles, reaching up and over and all the way through. And I know some of you might be thinking, hey, isn't Pilates about the abs? Well, guess what? We are supporting. It's about organization, really. It's about the whole body. Whole body health is what the intention of the method is and was. The media focuses a lot on the abs because bikinis, because all the things. But really, your abdominals are part of a greater system. Let's reverse, go back to front. And so we want to account for them, but we're not necessarily highlighting just them yet. In some of the exercises, we'll get there. Good. Just continue to feel like your circles are getting bigger and bigger. Let's do one more on this side and then we'll switch sides. Good. Bring it all the way down. Other side. So I always want to account for the breathing, because anybody who teaches breath work is usually talking about the quote unquote right way to breathe. And certainly I have taught many breath techniques, insisted upon them in fact. And what I've come to know in my 20 plus years of teaching is that as long as you're breathing, we're doing okay. Let's reverse directions. My grandfather was a POW in World War II, and let's just say he knew how to deal with stress. And so anytime I was having an issue, like a silly issue, you know, a childhood issue, a teenage issue, something more dramatic than it maybe needed to be, he would always say, hey, are you breathing? And I'd say, yes, Grandpa. And he said, well, things probably aren't that bad, huh? Let's open our knees. Let's stretch back. Just reach your arms nice and wide and long. And I posted in the comments earlier, but in the event that this doesn't work for you, any of it doesn't work for you on the rebounder, then please be my guest and take it to the mat. We're gonna take both hands over to the right side. Let's go ahead and close up our bungees as we're there, and then push your hips over to the left and just get a long stretch along the side of your body. So part of what we're doing is creating space, which makes it honestly a lot easier to move. Let's go to the other side. When you're all compact and stressed, it's harder to move. Good. And come on back to the center. And we're gonna turn around and have a seat. This is one of the things you've seen the guy at the, oh, hi Mom, how are you? My mom's here. You've seen the guy at the gym who's like, walks like this. Yeah, that's not Pilates. Pilates is like all sorts of movement. So we're creating as much space as possible. All right, speaking of which, shoot your arms out to shoulder level. Reach up through the crown of your head and lift up and over and reach through and stretch. Just make a long arc from your tailbone to the crown of your head, and then we're gonna roll up through the spine. We're gonna get taller at the top. We'll do that 2 more times. Lift up through the center, arc up and over, feel the front body supporting the back body, pulling into the back body. So your back is wide, your front is active, and we roll back up. By the way, Mom, happy birthday for you. It's my sister's birthday today. I don't think she's on, but maybe she'll watch at a different time. We love her. Let's roll all the way back up. We're gonna do one last one. Lift up, round over, stretch through, big stretch across the back. And then from here, either take your hands on the frame or just slowly lower yourself down to the mat itself. Take one hand on your low belly once you get all the way down, one hand on your chest. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, imagine you've got like the heaviest weight in your abdomen and your chest, and just let yourself sink down into the mat. We're gonna do that a couple more times. Big breath in, big breath out. Big breath in. As you exhale, let it go. Partner with the mat, let everything drop down, everything gets heavier. Last time, big breath in. Exhale like you're laying in a hammock. All right, release your hands down. Keep that sensation of weight dropping down as you bring your right knee up to tabletop. And then you're gonna lower it down. Don't let your back arch off the mat. Keep everything really strong. So last week we talked about having kind of an equal distance, we'll go to the other side, between the ribs and the hips when we're working on a stable torso. And that's what we're doing right now. But sometimes our back is stronger than our front, so just keep alternating side to side. Your goal is to keep your midsection still, okay? Sometimes your back is stronger, and so you find yourself arching, and so we've got to work a little harder on the front to keep the ribs and hips together on the front in order to manage that nice, balanced engagement. Let's bring the right leg up again and hold this time. Now, I'm gonna ask you to do the tiniest little tilt of your tail. Just make your lower waistline heavier. Think of like just below your belt line, pressing that area into the mat. You might feel something fire up here. And then we're gonna switch legs. Try not to let that area pop up off the mat, okay? Check in with your neck. It should be long and open. You should be able to have a conversation, no tension around the shoulders. Everything is focused now on the belly, just to keep it in check. Good, switching side to side. If you are not able to manage keeping that area heavy as you go through, just tap it to the edge of the rebounder or on the mat if you're there. But if you can go all the way down, this is very effective, yes? Let's go for 2. For 1, and pull it all the way in. Well, hello. Hello, lower abdominals. All right, take your hands. I have a funny story to tell you, but I'll wait because it's pretty gross too. All right, take your hands like so. Put one hand over the other and both hands on your right knee. Okay, so against the right thigh. We're gonna push strong with our hands into our thigh, flex our feet, and then with the free leg, the leg without the hands, we're gonna press that leg out. You can have it way up if you need to. It can be bent, or out lower and longer is gonna be a little more challenge. Now push your thigh into your hands. We are taking a little trip to Quiver Town. Keep your waistline heavy against the mat. If you're not quivering yet, check your positions, push a little harder. We're here for 4, here for 3, 2, and 1. Draw it in, hug your knees and rest. Let's go to the other side. So push into that thigh, reach the leg out, hold it there. Deepen through the center, keep breathing. So I have a bird feeder in my backyard. Holding, holding, holding. Good, bring it all the way in, rest. And we've been getting at least a cardinal, which is a success in the city of Chicago. There are a lot of them, but they don't always come in. We also have a bunch of sparrows and some squirrels as well. Let's go back to the first side. We're gonna hold a little longer as I tell you a story, okay? Flex those feet, push against the knee, reach out. Amongst those other animals, we have also attracted a rat. It's awful, I know, but it's an animal. What are you gonna do? Good, come in all the way. So it's horrible. My husband and son have been throwing rocks to kind of keep it away when they see it. It's bold. Let's go to the other side one more time. So yesterday, my son said the phrase, keep pushing, keep holding. He goes, I think I saw 2 little rat hands sticking up. And come on in. And all I could think of was like either a rat going, I give up, or doing jazz hands. And either way, I thought it was hilarious. Let's take our feet down to the frame. You're nice and warm in here. We're gonna go into a bridge. So rock your pelvis back, sink through your waistline. draw your sits bones together. We're in a rounded spine. We're just upside down, doing the same position we did a moment ago. Start to peel up through the spine, reach out through the knees, open your chest and find yourself at the top. Wide open hips, strong press. Think of pressing the back of your thigh up to the top. And then we're gonna roll down, go through your chest, go through each rib, and roll all the way out to your tail. So we didn't get it yet. We did not catch the rat. Hopefully soon. I'll have an update. Let's roll back. Peeling up. I'm vehemently fighting to keep nature going in the city of Chicago, but all I can get is pigeons and rats. Let's roll down. Exhale and let the air go from your chest, go through your back. We're really massaging the spine. So something I like to think about rolling up is using my body. I'm the massager, the massage therapist. This is the receiver. So as I roll back, push down into your back, push down into your midsection, push down through your ribs. You push down to lift up, and then at the top, push through your arms. I'm really holding the frame and pushing back through my triceps here, lifting the hips a little higher for a stretch. Ooh, that's good. And then come all the way down and through. All right, heavy through the back body. Draw your knees up to tabletop. Glue them together, and I'm using my hands, hooking my thumb under the frame. If you're on the mat, just push down, maybe take your arms out a little wider. We're just gonna do a little rotation. Your right shoulder blade stays on the mat as you twist to the left, or vice versa. And then you send your waist back to the mat to bring yourself back to center. Your left shoulder blade stays down as you twist, and then sink and send it back down. So for those of you who have taken some of my other classes, we've taken just a tiniest bit of detailed slow approach for two reasons. I know we have new people here. Also, it's worth it. My private Pilates sessions come at a premium. I've taught in education workshops all over the world. And so I want you to have the good stuff. It just sometimes takes a little longer to drop in and feel it, which, you know, for online fitness, we're always trying to get it done fast and furiously. But quality over quantity, or yeah, speed. Good, one more time. Let's reach. Excellent. All right, lower your feet down onto the frame. We're gonna get ready to go into the 100. So the 100 is 100 breaths or 100 beats. We're gonna do it in increments. So let's start with our legs together. You can always leave your head down if staying up in an abdominal curl for too long is too challenging. So let's take our hands up to the sky. We're gonna take a deep breath in. As we exhale, slide your chest down, slide your ribs to your hips, and find your hands on the back of your legs. Feel the stretch along your mid-back. Use your arm strength to pull yourself up a little higher than you might be able to hold normally. And then we're gonna let go, but don't drop back, okay? Ready? Let go. 3, 2, stay up there. 1, and then slowly lower down, arms reach to the sky again. That's our preparatory move. Deep breath in. Exhale, ribs slide to hips, chest slides down towards your pelvis, hands go to the backs of the legs. Another breath here. Exhale, curl up a little higher. Lift yourself higher than you might normally be able to go. Keep your waist down though, okay? Ready? Release. 3, stay there. 2, 1. All the way down. Reach your arms. Oh, I did some things yesterday and I'm feeling them. Ready? One more time. Deep breath in. Exhale. I'm not immune to this, everybody. Curl it up. Deepen and lift and lift and lift. Get yourself up a little higher. Feel the stretch. Lock it in and hold. 3. Don't move. 2 and 1 and lower down. All right. So the top place you got to is where you're going to stay, and we're going to pump. And I'll give you some variations to challenge yourself. Stay with the place that keeps every single pump of the arm focused on your abdominal muscles. If it starts to go in the neck or the thighs or the hips, move to a different position. Go back, downgrade one, okay? Arms up to the sky. Deep breath in. Exhale, curl forward, sink your waist. And we're gonna pump in, and out, 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 out. We're going 4s. Okay, option here. If you feel stable in this position, float your legs up to tabletop. You're gonna start to bounce it a little bit more. Hang on to the shape. You are solid, one solid unit as you bounce. This is the most fun way to do the 100s. Keep breathing. Good. If you're ready to take it up another notch, it's too hard to talk. Extend your legs straight up to the ceiling like an arrow. Both legs working together, pump and bounce. Good. You can always bring your legs back down. Heels together, toes apart. Last chance to challenge yourself. Move those legs down on the low diagonal. And we stay here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in and relax. Oh, we're gonna feel it. So the 100s, although it's definitely targeted in your torso, in the flexion muscles, it's actually an exercise to increase circulation, turns out. So if you feel that blood flowing, Joseph Pilates used to call it an internal shower, then you did it well. All right, bring it on down. And you know, if you ever have questions about these crazy exercises, you can drop them in the chat or you can send me a message. I'm happy to answer them for you. Next exercise is our roll up. So we're gonna take the arms up. You have the option of using your hands for help on the frame. Curl forward like we did before, press down, roll all the way up, and we're gonna end in a spine stretch over the legs. We're gonna keep the feet down for today so you can really work on the articulation. As we roll back, we go down with the idea that we're rolling one bone at a time. And take your arms all the way back overhead as you get to the bottom, but don't let your front get longer than your back. So keep it nice and even. Then we start to move forward again. Using your exhale, pressing down through your feet, down through your hips in order to reach forward. And then rolling it back. Yes. So sometimes I actually like to think, instead of one bone at a time, I think of one pair of ribs at a time, which helps me get a little wider through my back. And the thing about getting wider is that you often have more to work with when you let yourself get wider. It's like width is a power place. Taking up space means you get to do more with that space. Let's go one more time. Reaching up and over. Good, and roll all the way down. And release. Good work. Let's walk your feet back up onto the frame. We're gonna take one knee in, both hands on top of the knee, and I'll take my right knee into my chest and my left leg is gonna go up. You choose what you wanna do. So our goal in this exercise for leg circles is to make sure that we try to stay as still as possible in our torso, which means we drop our weight down, we press it down. We're gonna draw a straight line down with the leg. Bent or straight is fine, either or. Then you're gonna take your leg as far as you can out to the side without rolling over, okay? And without wobbling the rebounder. So we go straight down in a line, push into that opposite leg, drop into your waist and come around and up. It's all about maintaining that relationship. Think shoulder blades, hips, waist, torso. Sometimes we will use the analogy that like the rebounder is almost like a raft in the water, and you don't want to create any ripples as you move around it. So you're trying to be in total control. Last one. And if your circle has to be smaller, so be it. That's okay. We got a reverse direction though. So take it out to the side, bring it down, and then straight line all the way up. If you're using your left leg, it's like a reversed capital D. Or a half circle. I don't know why. Sometimes my images get more complicated than they need to be. Woo. Like the rat with jazz hands. I don't know. I think in cartoons, it helps me make my way through this Very, very traumatic life that we're living in the year 2023. If I imagine Vermin doing Broadway, it's a much easier picture in my head to deal with. Okay, and bend all the way in and release. It's like my Cinderella story is not made up of cute little sewing mice. Let's reach up with the opposite leg. Remember, push your knee into your chest, drop your waist down, send it down and out, reach away. So the farther you reach, again, like an arrow, or the idea that your leg is like an old-fashioned telescope that's just extending, extending, extending. The farther you reach, the more you're challenging your core musculature to just maintain its position. One more in this direction. The closer into your body, the less challenge, but sometimes that's what's needed. Let's take it out to the side. Sometimes you have to start from someplace, we all do. So it took me a while to figure out how to keep the opposite half of my body heavy as I let my leg go way out to the side. And I think I learned it, trying to think, I probably got it around year 35, which was a good 10 years in, and with a lot of practice. So I say that, don't beat yourself up if it's not happening, you know? All right, all the way up, hug your knees into your chest. Let's rock ourselves up. Woo. We're gonna go into my favorite exercise on the rebounder. It's rolling like a ball. I like it so much because I think it's fun and easier than on the mat. So we have our feet in a little V like so. Come to the edge of your frame, especially if you have a smaller mat, and then bring your knees up one at a time or both at a time into a ball shape. So we're looking down, again, we're pressing our hands against our knees, looking deep. And this might be your exercise, just balancing here. If you get up into the shape and your body's quivering, that's enough. That's a sensory input. We need to hold it there. So I would challenge you to hold it here. If you want to upgrade the hold, you're just going to let go, which is certainly an upgrade. Your next chance or your next option is to just roll back right before you're about to lose control and then roll back up to your balance. That could be enough too. And your last upgrade would be to roll to the shoulder blades, not the head. Remember, you got metal frame behind you, so tuck your chin in and it looks like this. I like it this way because it's easy. The rebounder, if you push down into the rebounder, it'll do more for you. Okay, so join me in your shape if you're not there already. If you are, thanks for holding in. Choose which variation you're gonna do, holding, rocking a little, or rolling a lot. I'm gonna roll a lot because I love it. Ready, set, go. You're either rocking back a little or just breathing, holding your shape. We're gonna do it for about 30 seconds, so just get in as many as you like. Woo! Enjoy our beat. Remember to keep that head in. My long hair, I know my hair isn't long to most people, but for me it's super long right now. My long hair is feeling the frame back there. Almost there. Couple more. Keep that strong ball. You are the ball. Be the ball. And last one. Good. Release. Excellent, excellent work. Okay, we're going into abdominal series. We're just going to do 2 of 5. There are 5 exercises in the abdominal series. The entire Pilates mat work is the abdominal series. So, you know, I don't know why we name things the way we do, but let's pull the right knee into your chest. Take your left hand onto your right knee. Take your right hand towards your right ankle, as low as you can get. Roll back and find your contraction, your abdominal curl. You're trying to put your knee into your eyeball, okay? The other leg goes out as far as you like. We're gonna switch legs and switch hands. Inside hand to knee, outside hand to ankle. Switch legs and switch hands. Deep breath in, exhale all the way. We're going slow because we're trying to get control, right? Drop your chin towards your throat. Bring that knee into your eyeball. Keep your waist heavy. Good, we're gonna pick up the pace for the last few. 8 and 7 and 6. Are you breathing? 5, 4, really stretch. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way in, release. All right, knees into your chest. We're gonna hang the hands onto your ankles, your shins, as close as you can get them. Take a deep breath in, find your abdominal curl. You can also keep your head down for this one. Emphasis on the weight into the mat. Right arm and right leg, I'm gonna do my opposite so you can see, reach away, and then we're gonna circle the arm around to catch it. Then we do the other side. Stretch it away, circle the arm out, catch your ankle. Switch sides, reach, drop that chin in, switch sides, reach. One more each side. Last time. Hold it here. Both arms, both legs. You can bring them up or you can bring them out. Whatever you can hold on to, pull them all the way in. We're gonna do 3. Ready, set, stretch, and pull it in. Stretch, pause, and pull it in. One more time. Stretch, and pull it in. Rock yourself up to a seated position. Excellent work. Slide back. I'd like you to sit with your legs extended on the mat. If you cannot get an upright position here, go ahead and put your feet on the floor. Make sure you're at a 90-degree angle, okay? We're gonna take both hands onto the top of the head, and I want you to push your hands up into your head, create length here. Keep that pressure between your head and your hands and round forward into your spine stretch. So we're trying to reach our head past our toes, keep the neck long. As you push your head into your hands more, roll up through the spine. Start with your low back, your middle back, your upper back, and as you get tall, maybe you're taller than you were a minute ago. So we push up, we round over, but keep pushing out so the spine is receiving length, space between those joints. And then we roll back up through the spine. You always have that front to back to side support. And again, reach up, round over. Ooh, it's hot in here. Good. And one more, roll all the way up. Now, as you take your hands away from your head, just keep that intention of the head lifting up. Arms come to a T. We're gonna rotate over the front leg. Take your front arm past your front ankle, toes. This is called the saw. It's like you're sawing off your foot. I don't know why you would want to do that, but that's what we're after. As we're here, make sure your opposite hip is down. So if you're sawing to the left, your right hip is heavy. If you're sawing to the right, your left hip is heavy. Roll up, still in your twist, pass through center, and then go over to the other side and saw the other foot. Make sure your opposite hip is reaching down, get the stretch, shoulders away from your ears, Jenna, and then roll all the way up. So one of the principles of Pilates, let's go to the first side again, is precision. I think you're getting that, right? So it's the precise shape and way you get into and out of it that determines the change. So a lot of things look like Pilates, and they're certainly exercise. They could be referred to as Pilates adjacent, nothing wrong with that. Let's do one more each side. But at the end of the day, the Pilates aspect involves really focusing in on where you're moving from, how you're getting into the shape, how you're actively in the shape, and then also, you know, how you're breathing the whole time. Yeah, all right, we're gonna do 2 more things and then we're getting up to bounce. Just about a 10-minute bounce today, a little under. Oh, so hot today in Chicago. Let's take the elbow under your arm. You always have the option of laying down on your side. We're gonna do some side kicks. So my bottom leg would be, if you're mirroring me, your right leg. My top leg is here. My hand is behind my head, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm not reclining, but rather those ribs are lifted up. I'm in a side plank, very modified side plank. Feel the bottom ribs lift to the top ribs. Take your hand behind your head, open up your chest, lift your top leg up, lower it down just to touch gently. Lift and lower. Take a peek down at that leg. Where are your toes pointing? I'd like them to be pointing straight ahead at me if you're facing me. Not up, not down. If there was a choice between the two, I'd rather have them pointing down because that means you'd be closer to parallel. Good. Give me one more. We're gonna land at hip height. Hold it here. Kick it forward 2 times. Sweep it all the way back. We go kick, kick, press everything stays still. Try not to move your torso. Again, keep that side plank. Push down into your bottom leg, push down into your forearm that you're supported by. It's not easy when you make it precise, yes? Kick and press one more time, and kick, press it way back, good. Bend that knee in. We're gonna stand on the foot. Walk yourself up onto your hand. I'm gonna take my hand on the frame. So you're in this little side sit. I just really like this stretch. You can choose a different stretch if this one's not for you. So it's a side bend, we lift up, where our weight is on that bottom leg and the arm, and you just take a big old reach all the way over to the other side, and then you lower with control like you're working a side plank. Okay, again, lift up. If it's too much on your arm, make a little side bend happen from a seated position. Super easy, you get to choose for yourself. I hate to miss out on this one on the rebounder because it is really good. We'll do one more. Woo. All the way to the other side. Good, I really want it to happen on the other side, but we've gotta eat our veggies first before we get dessert. It's a horrible roll, isn't it? All right, take it out. Take it behind your head, push yourself up, and then lift it up and lower down. We're trying hard not to earn, in our household, talk about earning our food, but more like look at veggies as, support for our bones and brains and things like that. But it's a good analogy for getting the work done in order to get to the sweet stretch. Good. Maybe a little motivator for us. One more time, lift it up and lower to hip level. We're gonna kick forward 2 times. Kick, and press it way back. Good. And kick. You all are always off the comments in Pilates, which I love because I know you're like concentrating hard. Good. It's a focused form of exercise for sure. That's why they call it mind-body. Because the minute you take your eyes off of it, if you go to your grocery list, you're sunk. Something's not gonna feel supported, 2, press it back. Last one, kick. Press it back, bend it in, stand on it, walk your way up onto that arm. I'm ready to bounce. Are you ready to bounce? Take your arm up, big stretch, all the way up and over, yes. So good. Reach it all the way down. Again, lift it up. Reach it all the way down. Good, let's go 2 more. Big breath. And all the way down. Last one. Big stretch. Yeah, all the way down. All right, my friends, bring it forward. Feet to the ground, arms to the side. Remember how we organized at the beginning? So we're gonna stand up onto our foot centers, legs come together, zip up through the center, long neck, crown of the head reaching up in 3, 2, 1. How do you feel? Good. Simple, like 30-second break. Meet me up on your rebounder. I'm gonna turn my music up. It's fine for Pilates, but I wanna be able to, there we go. I wanna be able to hear it while we're bouncing up here at the top. Quick drink if you need it, everybody. Quick check-in. I don't think we could have timed that more perfectly. Here we go. All right, meet me in a bounce balance. It's gonna feel like a stark difference getting up onto the rebounder after all that juicy joint work. But here's what I want you to think about. We've been talking a lot in July about organizing, right? There is no perfect posture. Posture is fluid. It's more along the lines of how you navigate weight shifts away from compression, pain. Posture is active, yeah? So as we're being active in the bounce balance, let's think about organizing. Double it up, 2 on each side. Good. I hope you're feeling a little more breath. It sometimes feels like you have a different body when you get up here. Shift over to the right and stay. Stay right here. Down, 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 down. Good. Take those arms out to a side. We're gonna tap in and out with the left. Tap, 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 tap. Good. Join me here. All right, now lift up through the center. Keep tapping. In and out. Where's your head? How's your neck? Good. Is your front supporting your back as much as your back is supporting your front? For 2, for 1, shift over to the left. Find it. Organize it. Arms out to the side. Tap it in. Inner thigh, outer thigh. Yes. Sometimes you even are aware you have a little more breathing room. Maybe. Good. 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Center, feet a little narrower. Good. We're gonna go 3 bounces, 1 knee. 1, 2, 3, and a knee. Right knee, left knee, right knee. Good. Left knee. Hang on to that balance. If you are feeling off balance, by the way, that's okay. Not uncommon for Pilates. It's like you're in a new place. You got to get used to it. Good. 3, 2, 1, up. Now we're going to change it up a little bit more. Keep going with your 3s. Watch me. It goes down and up, down and up. Just a slow march. Can you join me here? Yes. Here we go. Good. Come on, AC. Reach me, reach me. Good, keep going. It's so hot in here, y'all. It's like, yeah, it's 81 degrees right now. Woo! Down and up, down and up. At least a little more fan on me. Here we go. Good. Give me 4 more. 3, 2, good. Let's go for a jog. Jog it out. As low or as high as you like to. Find that center with your body. Reach up through the crown of your head. Don't run from your shoulders, right? Run from your hips. Good, let's take it. Open, open, close, close. It looks like this. Out, out, in, in. Out, out, in, in. There's a beat. A little more bouncy on this one. That's okay. Good. Open, open, close, close. Nice work. We're almost there, everybody. Woo! Good. Run in the center. All right. Finishing up, we're gonna bring it into a basic bounce. If your feet are on the ground, you're just moving your arms. So be it. If you want to jump, that's okay too. Watch me once. We're gonna go out and in. As close as you can. Out and in. Join me when you're ready. Reach and in. Good. Outer thigh, inner thigh. You can always think outline of the body. Midline. Woo! And in. Good. Reach it out. Reach it in. Reach it out. Reach it in. Stay in. Bounce down. Strong inner thigh. Good work. Woo! Move it out to the side. Here we go. Stay out. We're gonna twist this. Good. So we're gonna go 3 center, twist to the right. 3, left, and right. Join me up. Good. For 2, for 1, 1 bounce center, 1 twist. Good. Woo. Stay with me. Good. For 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bounce, balance. Good, find your breath. Woo! Recover. Yeah, flash. Woo! Woke him up. He's like, lady, please. All right, let it go. Start to shift into a lower bounce balance. Let those arms go. Lots of work today, huh? Woo! All right, walk it in. Both feet side to side. Last final little challenge. We're gonna do a pencil bounce. If you can, put your legs close together without your ankles collapsing in. Have them real tight. If you need a little more space to manage your ankles, give yourself more space. Your arms come down as close as you can. You are working that midline reach up, and we're just gonna bounce in the center, and your objective is to try to land in the same place every single time. Strong inner thighs, strong torso. Good, stay with me. You got it. Really nice, everybody. Keep going. Challenge yourself. Can you get longer? Imagine you were inside of a cylinder that was made for your body. Just try not to touch the sides, yeah? It's hard. Good. Strong in the center. We're here for 8, 7, uh-oh. 6, it's like that operation game. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, calm it down, all the way down. Shake it out. Heel toe your feet a little wider. Good, let's circle the arm like we did at the beginning. Reaching up and over to the side, and then just taking the bounce out of it so we can calm our heart rate down. Good, reach it up. Shift into your hip if you need a little extra stretch. Good, reach it over. One more time. Excellent. And last time. Good, take your arms out to a T, side bend over. Open up that side, strong in the center. You're a piece of toast in the toaster, not getting burnt too much on one side or the other. Push down into your feet to come back up. Other side. Stretch it out. Good, bring it all the way up. Take your hands behind your hips. Press your hips forward, chest open. Really, really nice. All right, come on down. You know you can bounce for longer if you want. We're just about at our time today because I did a lot of chatting. Woo. I forgot what class is on Thursday, but I'll remember because I made the schedule. As you finish our endeavor today, first of all, I hope you liked the slow flow of Pilates. Second of all, I want to remind you, maybe not, maybe I'll remind you, I want to remind you to check in with why the moves matter to you someday. Yeah, we're not working today. It's all good. You know what it says. It happened at the beginning of class. Why do the moves matter to you today, everybody? Thank you for your support in the Accelerator competition. Thank you for your support for my channel. Remember to subscribe and share and like. And if you're feeling particularly generous, you can head to the Venmo or the support page on my webpage. Everything is in the class notes. It goes so long. We're working to the point where I can get paid on YouTube to do this, but your support means the world to me. And it actually really, truly does help, especially in the summer slow months. So big love to all of you. Let me know how you feel. Let me know what you want more of. I did see that we had some requests for resetting the neck coming up in September, so I got you. All right, have a wonderful rest of your week. I'll see you soon.